Hello, it's Mike Rhyner here, and I want to thank you for joining us on patreon.com. And I do hope that you will check out the Sunset Lounge, because there you can find a vast array of very, very entertaining and engaging podcasts, such as Shippy and Grooves. It is sports, it is topical, it highlights the stories most people probably haven't heard, and they put their own fun twist on things, always guaranteed to make you laugh. Shippy and Grooves at the Sunset Lounge.
Nobody would have thought that I would be the one. Rhyner, sports talk.
Baseball. Oh, with the big mic. Oh, okay. All right, yeah. Okay, now I get it.
We had a lightning strike, boys. What happened over there, Grego? We had a little lightning strike right outside the window.
All right. Here's a tip for all these Americano League teams.
Wait, you said tip?
Yeah, tip.
Okay.
With a P.
Keep jamming.
The ticket colon, nothing but a big Gen X jerk-off set.
This is a cool night or what?
Although somebody would hear that and go, bullshit.
I'm back, bitches.
Well, hi out there. Welcome. It's another episode of Your Dark Companion. We are glad to have you with us. We're always glad to have you with us wherever you are, no matter how or even when you may be receiving this podcast transmission. We're happy and glad for your presence and your participation, and just patronizing us in that way that you do. I would be Mike Rhyner, joined by Shoopy, Ashley, Becca, today on this, the 2nd of July. It's very hot out there, getting hotter too. This is July. This is the first big, bad month of summer. Usually we have 2 for sure, sometimes 3, sometimes even 4. But we got off pretty easy in June this year. Now, I say this because we have a lot of people who have some sort of loose tie to our Fairburg, but are not actually in it. And I want to give them, it's important to me to give them some sense of the way things are around here these days. That's why I go on and on about this sort of thing. But anyway, we're glad you're with us. And today we have a special guest, a very special guy that Shoopy and I have come to know over the years. And we're quite amused by him, to say the very least. That tells you all you need to know. If you have followed Shoopy and me over the years, that tells you all you need to know. We have Doyle King in here with us today.
How about a pop, y'all? Yeah! It's time to get loose.
It's
and
1
do
o'clock.
And do a podcast. Yeah, that's right. It's 1 o'clock here, but it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yep. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere.
I love him so much.
This is the first guy we've ever had come in here swilling, what did you got here? Little Jack, Tennessee honey?
Jack, Tennessee honey, baby.
All right. Well, this is the first time we've ever had anything like that going on in podcast, I think. But,
Well, it's a
but
podcast.
I could be wrong about that.
We're not live on the radio, so
That's
hey.
right. It is
Yeah.
a podcast.
Can do whatever we want.
That's right.
And
long
you
as
know, in
Becca's
the
okay with
world
it.
of the podcast, anything goes, Doyle.
Okay. You want me to start cussing now, or wait a minute?
Sure.
Just whenever you're ready. Well, how are you, man? Our paths haven't crossed in a long time.
I know, not since the freak.
Yeah.
You guys had me up there once. Damn.
It was only
What a-
once.
What if? Yeah, only once.
Oh my God! I got like 20 drops out each day.
What I try. What a shame. What a shame that wouldn't let it go for another year and another year they would have had it. And look what their ratings did.
You know what?
This is what happens when management is divided.
And I'm okay with it because now we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is nice being here.
Yeah, we wound up here. So.
It's so much better.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have the FCC to deal with.
Nope.
We don't have any kind of real uptight, stuffy management to deal with.
Right.
I mean, if you want management, you're looking at him.
I'd love to have you as the manager.
I'm not very organized.
No, Becca manages the manager
You
and
just
then does most of
turn
the
it
actual
loose.
managing.
Yeah, Becca's the one that really manages. She
Yeah.
manages me.
There you go.
I just manage YDC and that's it. So you okay, man? Is everything good in your world?
Well, it's getting better.
That's good.
Getting better. You know, I lost my wife back in January
Yeah, I heard about that.
and started drinking. But I got a roommate. I had a good friend I've known for 20 years. He just moved in, and I'm not sure if it's going to be very good for me or not because he likes to microdose a lot of different substances.
Oh my goodness, Doyle.
So,
You better be careful here.
well, that's what he said. He said, we'll try you off on a little bit of this. Yeah, and see how that works. And maybe do a little bit more, and we'd try some of this, and we'd try some of that. And hey, I'm game. Hell, I ain't gonna live forever,
YOLO, man. They don't
That's
call
right.
it YOLO for nothing.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. Had she been ill or what happened?
No, man, she went in for a surgery and it all went bad. It all went
Goodness.
terribly wrong. And it was tough. But the last words I ever said to her were, "I love you." The last words she ever told me were, "I love you too." And I told her to fight when she was struggling through. She had an abdominal aortic aneurysm that they went in to repair. And one of the veins, tubes that goes over to something else from her heart was so paper thin. The guy said it was like tissue paper.
Yeah.
And they tried to repair, and they had to cut off blood circulation to, they had to clamp off her heart, and things just cascaded from there. And everything that they tried just caused something else, and then they'd fix that, and it was a mess. But at the end, my mother-in-law, her mom, who had lost one of her sons, Connie's brother, and another brother within a month of each other, 3 months before, and now she loses her daughter.
Man,
and she'd lost another son, years back.
Yeah.
But all of this all in a row. As she leaned down and as she was praying with Connie, said, "My God, why are you taking all my children?" Oh, and it was so hard. And I had told her to fight this, Connie. I know you got it, but then the doctor came in and said some things, and I went in and I told her. I leaned down and I said, "Honey, you don't have to fight anymore. You don't have to fight anymore. I love you. Go see your brothers. Your brothers who are in heaven now. And your daddy who you love so much. Go be with them. It's okay. I'm going to be all right." And within 30 seconds of when I said that to her, the alarms went off. and she was gone.
That's heavy, man.
Yeah.
That is heavy.
Yeah. Yeah. And I moved all of the compression things that they had on her out of the way. And I laid down in the bed with her until they made me get up. And it was really tough letting her go. But I knew then that she was out of pain because she'd been suffering from neuropathy due to her diabetes and things, just foot pain that was unbelievably painful. A lot of nights we couldn't even sleep together because of her kicky feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she would sleep in the other room, which really was a godsend when you look at it, because I wasn't used to sleeping with her anymore, so it wasn't such so devastating to go and lay down in bed by myself.
yeah.
Because I wasn't
kinda
used to
used to
her
it.
being there, because she slept in the other. And I would beg her, man, I would beg her to come and sleep with me, and she'd come and sleep with me, and she says, I'll sleep with you because, I get my kicky feet, and then you say, stop that damn kicking. Stop that damn kicking. What are you doing kicking? And I don't remember that. It's okay, baby. Sleep with me. It's okay. I got to wipe some tears. Sorry. Anyway, let's get on to a happier subject, shall
all
we?
right. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Down. Man, I'm sorry to bring the show down like that.
Well, I mean,
we just
Doyle-
start out the show and
This is real life.
Oh my God!
I asked Doyle, and I like it when we get into real life episodes like that, and you're going through something right now, and I was kind of torn as to whether to ask you about it or not ask you about it or what, but.
Well, I'm going to lay it on the line.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
I'm going to tell you the story.
Yeah, and
We're fully aware of that.
yeah, no other way.
No, I don't. No, I always speak my mind, pretty much. Got me in trouble a few times, but
Had a lot of fun along the way.
yes, yeah, oh yeah. Well, if you can't have fun in life, man, what's the point of living?
There is none.
There you go.
Damn right.
There is
Yes.
none. Do whatever you do, but for God's sakes, enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. When and how did we first run across you, Doyle? Now, I've known of you. I don't know if I knew you, but I've known of you since you were on Q102.
Right.
In fact, let's just go back to your first time in radio. How'd you get into this?
It came out of high school. I was in the drama department, and we did one-act plays in Coppell High School. And all 4 years that I was in the one-act play, we went to state to compete every year. And came in second my junior and senior year. And I'm going to say the reason was, and the reason I say I'm going to say the reason was, is because other groups of dramatic players from other school districts came up to us and said, oh man, y'all really should have won. Y'all were great. Y'all were great. But the year we did a comedy, we had a judge that was a drama judge and liked dramas. And the year we did a drama, we had a comedy judge, and they like comedy. You
got to scout your judges better.
But man, we had a great time going to Austin. A great time, playing in regional. Had our drama coach who had taken over from someone who had also taken the one-act plays to regional years and years, and this one was fresh out of college. She was maybe 22 or so. Ended up in Kilgore, where I went and saw her and actually got to go to bed with her. she came in after drinking one night and I guess didn't find anybody or something. And I'm sleeping on the floor in her bedroom. And she said, I don't want to be the adult tonight. Come here. I'm waking up and going, damn, it's a dream come true. Am I dreaming now? It's real. So okay, back to radio. First job. Okay, so in dramatics in high school, they always said you got a real good voice. But my voice back then was like this, and it's a little more music on KVOU. But I started.
Who gave you a shot? Who was the first one to give you a shot?
KVOU in Uvalde.
Okay.
Uvalde, Texas.
Okay.
90 miles west of San Antonio, town of about 10,000 in 1975. And that was my first job. And it lasted 4 months before me and the morning guy walked out. But I already had another job in Texarkana. It was at this radio station where one of and it was a real weird station too, because they played English until 12:15 and did a swap and shop show, and then it switched to Spanish, and it was Spanish until 6 o'clock. And at 6 o'clock, they switched back to English and country music, and they would announce me, and I did the night show.
So English in the morning, Spanish during the afternoon hours.
Yes.
And then at 6 o'clock, what happened?
Back to English
back to
programming
English?
and country music.
Okay.
That was my first job down there. And one night, my friend from Dallas, Carl, came in. And we'd been down to Mexico and bought this special tequila. We brought this tequila back, and me and old Carl were drinking tequila on the air. And
Was it that great?
the tequila?
Yeah.
It was pretty damn good, man.
Okay.
I mean, I love it. I still, anytime I get down to Mexico, they don't import that. So anytime I get down to Mexico, I buy this. It's by the Orandane company. It's called Tequila Almadado. And, it's delicious.
How often do you get down to Mexico these days?
Not very often these days. We used to go every time we went. We used to go to South Padre and go to Padre Island and every year. We haven't done that in a long time. But we would go and buy several bottles of tequila. Who I brought with me, and I always tried to take a bunch. Everybody can bring back a bottle or two. And I would have them all bring back a bottle or two for me, and have 4 or 5 bottles, and it'll last a while. But we haven't been in a long time. You probably remember the story of us renting a dune buggy, my son and all the boys, and flipping the dune buggy, and having the horse blanket that I bought back then, and
as a matter of fact, I do.
having to lift this guy up in the horse blanket with a couple of helps from some Marines that came by, and then driving 27 miles back up the beach because there was no phone service back then. And taking him to the hospital. Anyway, he'd been drinking the tequila. I'd been drinking the tequila. Thank God I didn't flip that dune buggy, and it was somebody else that did it. But where were we? Where were we going?
We're just talking about your
path
how'd
in
you wind
Mexican
up?
radio.
How'd you wind up here? How'd you wind up in Dallas?
Oh wait, we were talking about radio. Went to Texarkana. Went to Texarkana. Worked at 3 different nightclubs to support myself while working at the radio station, because, as you well know, radio in small town or medium markets doesn't pay shit. So I worked at 3 different nightclubs, giving each of the DJs a night or 2 nights off. And it worked out. It worked out great. So then I went to Tyler and worked at this KDOK, where a lot of people worked before they came to Dallas. And there's so many stories I could tell you about that. Man, damn. Then I came to Dallas and found a job at KDNT in Denton. I worked there 3 years, then went to KLIF right after they switched to classic country. But it was so great for me to say, and I've still got this air check that says classic country 1190 KLIF Dallas 3 o'clock. And then the news would come on.
Yeah.
And I would back time the song, and only people in radio probably get this. It's not easy to do. The song would fade out. I would do the call letters, and the tone would come in for their first part. Boom, 3 o'clock. You can appreciate that.
Yeah. Did you actually play the tone on the air?
No. It came from the network. I potted up the network, and there it was. I mean, if I was off,
Now,
I was screwed.
Back in the day on KLIF, and its halcyon days as the top 40 radio beast
Oh, yeah.
of the Dallas market.
Yes.
People don't know, they don't understand that anymore, but back in the day, KLIF was just huge.
They had 60% of every person listening to the radio listening to them.
Yeah.
So 6 out of 10 radios were tuned in to KLIF. 6 out of every 10. It was insane.
They call themselves the Mighty 1190.
Mighty
Boy,
1190.
that's exactly what it was, too.
I have 50,000 watts broadcasting out of a tower in Grand Prairie, Texas.
50,000 watts of power.
And
at
then
KLIF
1190. We remember, brother. Yeah. And everybody over 60 probably does too.
God, I
Maybe
wanted
70.
to do that for so long.
I used to go downtown. A buddy that I helped get a job at KDNT knew Cousin Lenny,
Yeah.
who was the overnight guy at KLIF. He got busted. Okay, so at KLIF, they were the big news station. They had all kinds of news cars and everything. I mean, they were all over the place.
Yes.
They were.
It was a total full service station.
And he had all the scanners up there in the control room. And it was Lenny Henderson. And down on South Lamar, he had a grocery store and gas station and service center called Henderson and Henderson. Groceries and gas.
Now, I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah. And he would listen to the scanners, and he had a whole freaking strip crew that would go out and burglarize houses, cars, everything else. I always called it Henderson stolen color TVs. But he would get on the radio. They would listen to the radio. And after the song, he would go, "Oh, we got some heat coming down here at whatever intersection it was." And they would know, get the hell out.
Yeah.
But they busted him for a bunch of stolen color TVs and stuff, and they sent him to prison.
Yeah.
And Gordon McClendon, who owned the station, when he got out of jail, I heard that.
You okay over there?
You all right, Ashley?
I'm on a sneezing jaunt right this moment, just like yours, where it just keeps coming.
Do you need a tissue?
That would be wonderful. I think Groups
Get
has
him a
some.
tissue, Group. Get her a tissue, Group. There you go. So
These days, one of my sneezing jags averages about 6.
Oh.
Sometimes there's more, sometimes there's less, but on the average, it's 6 or 7, something like that.
I was just in Houston, and they said the Sahara desert dust was coming in, and I think that's what this is.
Was hired back by Gordon McClendon, who owned KLIF and stations in Houston and probably everywhere else too. But they hired him back. Anyway, me and Rick went down, and we would sit down in the studio overnight. And Lenny, he loved to smoke weed. Oh, man, he loved that weed.
He just let you guys up there and hang with him?
Yes, because we brought weed.
Oh, okay.
and we'd roll a joint, and he'd be smoking it, and he'd go, we're up to $10 now. We're up to $20 now. Anyway, that was when you could buy a bag for $20, $10 bag, whatever it was. But yeah, we got to sit in there, and damn, man, he was a hell of a jock. Jesus Christ, he could talk up to a vocal. It didn't matter. And he had more.
All those guys at Cliff could.
I said he had more bullshit coming out of his mouth. And him and Michael Selden are the guys that I really remembered. I mean, Hudson and Harrigan and the guys in the morning.
Yeah.
But I wasn't up in the morning very much, so.
Well, I remember the guys who were on before that, like Russ Knight, the Weird Beard, and Jimmy Rabbit, and
yes,
those guys. And
Jimmy Rabbit.
They were all great.
Yes, they were.
This is the incredible Doyle King with us here.
Hi there.
What if I told you that you can free yourself of pain, anxiety, and sleepless nights?
Damn, that'd be nice.
What if you could do it naturally? Well, the CBD House of Healing is there for you, man.
Oh, CBD.
They are a women-owned CBD boutique. They can help. They would like to help. Now, if you got a pain thing going on like I do, they can help you there too, because they carry only products from their lab. They are made to meet the highest quality and purity standards. Their owner, who is also an RN, emphasizes building trusted relationships through education. This gives you the knowledge to care for yourself. That's their ultimate goal. You're not going to walk in there and they're not going to shake you down and try to sell you something and just get you out of there and on your way. No, that's not what they do over there. They want to find out what you're after, what your goal is, what you're trying to do with this stuff, and then they're going to go through what they've got and figure out something that works for you. They did that for me. They will do it for you. Find your relief from the aches and pains and the emotional stress and drain, and sleep again. The CBD House of Healing. They're at cbddallas.com. They're also at 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101 in Dallas. That is in the northeast quadrant of the burgeoning intersection of Plano Road and Northwest Highway. So just go over there, walk in, tell them that you heard about it from us here on Your Dark Companion. Begin your healing at the House of Healing.
And don't forget to mention Your Dark Companion. Please. Come on, man. Come on. Your Dark Companion told you to go.
Do I have more here?
Yeah. Next one.
Sorry.
All right. We, Your Dark Companion, and all the shows in the Sunset Lounge are going to be at Frisco Rough Riders Thirsty Thursday games all season long. And you can get your tickets preloaded with $6 good toward your first Thirsty Thursday drink or for use at concessions. Go to ridersbaseball.com/specials. Use code Let's Ride 25 to access this not going to last forever offer. This Thursday, the 3rd of July, the clubhouse will be at Riders Field. So grab a drink in the Bull Moose Saloon, then find Rob, Alex, and Don in the Lazy River. The stands may be just wandering in the crowd wherever they may be out there. They'll be looking for you. You look for them. Let's ride with the Frisco Rough Riders. Is that it? That's all we got?
Now, man, I love the way that you use that that scroller for the, what do you call that thing up there?
Teleprompter.
The teleprompter?
Yeah.
That teleprompter. It's just like you were on TV.
Not exactly, but I appreciate that. That's strong praise coming from a pro like you.
Yeah, pro like me. So we were talking about my last gig at KDOK in Tyler. Then I went to KDNT in Denton. Got a buddy a job. Ended up over at Q102. How I got that gig, I don't know. But I did. I was the weekend warrior, which a lot of people that are our age still remember.
Yep.
Because it was a hell of a gimmick, man. Weekend Warrior. Yeah. Nobody remembers Doyle King, but they remember the Weekend Warrior. And I worked there for like 5 years. They got me into wrestling along with a guy that you well know, the OD, John Michaels.
The great John Michaels.
He was my co-commentator, and it all came about from a Twisted Sister Dee Snider interview. Dee Snider was going to be at the wrestling matches in Fort Worth. That I guess he was a wrestling fan and friends of Michael Hayes, Freebird, fabulous Freebird, Michael Hayes, and Terry Gordy and Buddy Roberts, who were all there that night. So I did an interview with Dee, and I was going to take it back to the radio station. But I had always wanted to commentate wrestling matches. I mean, Mark Lawrence, I thought he was just the freaking shit, man. God, I could do so much better a job than he could. And John Michaels and I, we had done it enough. They gave us ringside seats, and we went down there with a Marantz cassette deck, tape recorder, and a couple of Sennheiser mics that were plugged into it, and would commentate the matches. But between the matches, when Mark Lawrence would come back down to the ring, we would both in unison holler out, "We're gonna get your job, Lawrence!" And hey, don't forget, Lawrence, you gotta get that tux back to the shop at 8:00 in the morning. and crap like that. But then Channel 11 and I guess the promoters of World Class Wrestling wanted to give us a shot at doing commentary on the air. So they put us commentating a match between the Rock and Roll Express, who were brand new, and they were only coming in for one night, against the Fantastics, who were also brand new, and we didn't know one Rock and Roll Express from the other Rock and Roll Express, and they didn't tell us until the very beginning of that night's show.
Yeah. And
we did it, and it was just freaking terrible, man. I mean, it was the shits.
Did anybody hear it or?
Oh yeah, hell yeah! It was on Channel 11 that freaking week, man.
All right.
Yes. Channel 11 Wrestling, 10 o'clock Saturday night. Yeah, there it was on the air, and I was so embarrassed. So embarrassed because we did so much better a job at stuff. But rotating back to the Freebirds and Dee Snider and how I got into wrestling from Q102, I'd always wanted to call the matches. So I'm standing there, and we're not at the Will Rogers. We're at a different auditorium, and there's no stage. It's just flat on the floor and chairs. So the crowd is surrounding me, and I'm hollering out. And Terry Gordy just came back from Japan, and they were promoting his new hold called the Spike, where he sticks a thumb into the side of the neck and cuts off the blood circulation from the artery and causes his opponent to pass out. So everybody is there, and Gordy grabs his wrist, and he's got his thumb, and he pokes it into the guy's throat, and I'm going, Gordy! It's Gordy with the spike! He's got the spike! and the people behind, I mean, the crowd is going, ah! Gordy with the spike! Oh my God! He's down on the mat! He's knocked him out! Well, I left the cassette tape. Me and John, I played it back in the Q102 van on my way back to the station, and I left the tape in the cassette player. Well, Bo Roberts went out on a remote and punched play on the cassette player and played this and went, oh my God, man. So he took it to the program director and said, listen to this. And the program director went, we got to get this shit on the air. Oh my God. I mean, there's the crowd and this guy screaming and yelling. So they made a call to the Sportatorium and got the promoter, Fritz von Erich, along with the booker, Ken Mantell, to allow us to come down and broadcast. So we started broadcasting live from the Sportatorium on Friday nights. And the first Friday night we went down there, we're broadcasting live. And they always start late. Mm-hmm. And the breaks, as you know, Mike, from the zoo, were at 20 after. And the matches were starting at 20 after.
Right.
And Bob Elliott, who was at Q102, threw it to us. And they're playing the national anthem. Uh-oh. So John, thank God, said, we're live from the Sportatorium. They're playing the national anthem. Bob, can you take it back? We'll be back right after this. Because we weren't going to talk over the national anthem like Mike Ducey did from the radio. You remember that? Mike Ducey talking over the national anthem while it's playing? No, man, no, we can't do that. I love America. And I wouldn't do that.
I love Mike Ducey.
I'll bet you do. He's a great guy, man.
He is.
I love Deuce. So then from now on, we decided we would call the match, record the finish, do a setup, play it on cassette back, whatever the finish was, and then go on with the show.
Yeah.
So we didn't do it live anymore because who knows when they're going to come to us live. Everybody wants to hear the exciting finish. So that's how we got into that. And God, man, I've done wrestling from now. Hell, I still do wrestling matches from time to time. Yes. Ring announcer, play-by-play. Every Christmas, they have me do this show over in Fort Worth. And it's a giant show. And God, these promoters just don't know. They just don't know. You don't have to put on 12 or 15 matches and last 4, 5, 6 hours. People don't want to sit through that. Give them 5 matches that are good matches and they're done. But at any rate,
that seems like the better play.
So then from Q102 and wrestling, and I was still doing wrestling when I worked at Smooth Jazz 107.5, The Oasis. That's right. That's right. The program director, way in the end of my days when I was there, we had a programming meeting with all the jocks there, and she said, and you've heard this before too, you need to make love to the call letters. And she said,
No, actually, I haven't heard that.
Well, if you'd worked at the Oasis, you would have. Make love to the call letters. And she said, and there's nobody that does that better than this. And she played me. And the people in the room were going, the fuck, man? Really? But they heard Smooth Jazz 107.5, The Oasis. And I worked there for 13 fucking years.
You know, one of my good friends in the game and good friends out of the game spent some time over there, and he used to do a pretty good job himself of making love to the call letters, as you put it, I thought.
Yeah.
That was Charlie Jones.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he was when they were at 106.1.
Yeah, that's right. He was.
Yeah, I remember that. Now, I was there at 107.5, and they screwed the whole thing up when they started editing the music.
Oh, they did?
Oh, yeah, man. They said, oh, we're all about the melody. It's the melody that counts. No, it's not the freaking melody that counts. It's the improvisation. It's the solos of their instrument in the middle of the song that make the song. But they cut all that out. And guess what? Ratings started falling. And they started playing a bunch of R&B and a bunch of crap, and that went away. So then, after 13 years at the Oasis, and it was so cool. I called the program director on a Friday and said, I've got to have a meeting with you today. And so I don't have time today. I said, you're going to have to make at least 5 minutes for me.
The program director where? At the Oasis?
At the Oasis.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
After 13 years.
Okay.
I had just done 3 months of mornings at the Oasis. And they hired, instead of me, a sales guy. So they put a sales guy on the air. He so fucking sucked, man. Oh, my God. He didn't sound Oasis-y at all. He didn't know what to say. He couldn't pronounce the names of the artists. And the ratings just tanked after him when he went on the air. When my ratings come in, and you know that ratings are 3 months away from what you've actually done.
Yeah.
You don't get them for 3 months. I didn't lose anybody.
Yeah. But
I didn't lose
once you
anybody.
get them, you got to live with them no matter what.
But they put me back overnights. And here's this guy. But I had an opportunity to become the production director, one of the production directors at Clear Channel, due to a friend, Liz Johnson, who was there and was a production director, one of 3, and they gave me a job. And I did that for 5 years. So I did all the commercials on all the Clear Channel stations, KISS and KZPS and Mix and Eagle, and seemed like there was 1 or 2 more, including 1190.
Yeah.
Which wasn't KLIF then. It was KFXR,
Yeah.
Fox Sports. And my son worked up there as an afternoon board operator. And I helped him get the job. He was looking for some kind of career to go into. And I tried to talk him out of radio, but here's a job. And one afternoon, they had a remote somewhere, and this guy called in and did a call-in, and he couldn't do the call-in. He was just screaming and stopped and said, "Can you edit this?" And, "No, man, I'm live. I got a live show going here." And he stopped in the hallway. When the program director came back, all you got to do is push a button. And he turned him every which way but loose. And I was standing in the hallway listening, and the program director walked away, and I went, damn, son. He was the only one left at the station when they fired everybody. He was left to run it. But I digress.
And now it's time for But I Digress with Doyle King.
So, now, ladies and gentlemen, I need a close-up here.
Oh.
Can you give me a close-up? I have to hold on for the close-up.
There you go.
I said. Now, ladies and gentlemen, more from the current adventures of Doyle King.
All right, give us the current adventures of Doyle King. What are you up to now, man?
So, if you thought I was crazy back then, I'm still crazy right now. What are you doing, Groobs? Okay, all right, there.
You are one of a kind, man. You are one of one.
That's probably for the best.
I've
never known anybody like you.
I'll bet you haven't. Hey, when are you guys coming out on the damn boat?
Oh, dear.
I've been inviting you out on the boat for 10 freaking years.
It's probably closer to 15.
Groups has been out there.
I have.
One time for about 30 minutes,
I had work.
45 minutes. Did you have a good time?
Hell yeah, I did.
Okay. Why not spend the day?
Maybe I will.
You're lying.
But I think it's Shoopy's turn.
Shoop? He don't know what to say. He don't know what to say after that.
I'm not a lake kind of guy.
I'll get you out on there. I'll get you out on the tube with my dog.
I'm not a tube kind of guy either.
Hey, you think
I
I'm
want that.
lying? My dog rides a tube with my kids, man.
No, Doyle, if there's one thing I don't think, it's that you're lying.
Okay. Good. No, because it is the truth.
Oh, man, you are one of a kind.
I want to do this again, man.
You will.
Okay.
Your time will come.
My time will come.
I can't wait to see how the masses react to this.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, let's check the comment section.
The Doyle King unhinged. Like you've never heard him before.
That's right, because we got a radio constrictions.
Yes, that's right. Don't have those here. All right, couple things to tell you about before we get out of here. The OG is back again Thursday, the 10th of July. Shoopy and Grego and I are together again talking sports and only sports.
Grego!
Sharing the hardline positions on all the teams, athletes, coaches, ownership, whatever is going on out there. And you can join us live on Patreon or in person at Birdie's East Side. That's at 6221 Mockingbird Lane between Skillman and Abrams. Remember, you can find all the episodes on our Patreon page. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever you find podcasts. So listen, follow, share us on your social media. That means everything to those of us who swim in these murky waters of the podcast. And while we're at it, if you're feeling what we're doing, how about a nice review? If you're by the channel on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can help others find us by leaving a review. So do that for us. Thanks to the great Doyle King, we will have you back.
All right, man. I enjoyed it.
All right.
It's been fun.
For Shoopy, for Ashley, for Becca, I'm Mike. Bye.
If you ever break down on the freeway
Yes!
in your car or
Yes!
have a wreck, please, if you have to get out of your car, and sometimes it's pretty important you do, step over the guardrail, step over the concrete wall, get out of the way of any traffic because they will run over you.
I'm gonna go take my pants off.
Your Dark Companion is a Stolen Water Media presentation.